Hello. Tonight, I would like to remember, even though it's not September, but I would like to remember what happened on September 11th, 2001, just because. It's been in my heart for as long as I could remember, but I will post this video to YouTube. Really hope you enjoy, and I'll tell you everything about it. I believe I know a lot. 8:46 a.m. American Airlines flight 11 crashes into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. Kills everyone on board the plane, including the people that were on the same floor. Three people were in an office when the second plane hit the North Tower. And okay, let me zoom in on the channel real quick. Tony Anderson. It's called the Brie 9/11 film. It's very sad, but this is just a remembrance. The 9,000 people who were killed in this. Don't mind all the stuff that's over here. We don't care about that. We have to care about the building. It's very sad indeed. There's gonna be lots of people jumping out. I already saw most of this. As you can see, I'm starting to get burnt. I do remember, I believe, one thing. The North Tower, the South Tower got hit as well, but I'm not gonna tell you when until it happens. So, the metal starts to melt, I think? Or is this because the bombs starting to detonated? They had bombs on both planes, and, I'm surprised that it didn't hang on. If it's okay, if I could take if I could take the blanket on me, that would be great. We're not watching funny things. We're not watching anything that's funny. This is serious. This happened on 9/11. September 11th, 2001. They call it 9/11 because that's when it happened. You can see that person waving. Pieces upon pieces just fall instantly, without a doubt. When falling, debris keeps falling from the wreckage, and which was very desperately sad on 9/11. Do you even know it's not September 11th? I'm still honoring the people who died. I know I'm like a fanboy of this thing because it's 9/11. It's famous. It's famous. No, there's a person. That's a person. I might have to say stay zoom in so you can see. Yep, there's a helicopter right there. The helicopter is right next to the antenna of the North Tower of the World Trade Center. If I can get my phone correctly, that would be great. If the North Tower gets hit, that's not a person, it's just a piece of debris. It would be falling way quicker if it was a person. I think my first person I ever saw, I believe, was the falling man who got famous for falling out of the building, and the first person to ever see him. That's why they call him the falling man. But this is a really sad story for 9,000 people. You can see the police and the ambulance are going to the North Tower, which is very cool and good, but they didn't save much of anybody. They only saved the people that were downstairs in the North Tower and in the South Tower. they said, literally said, the PA in the South Tower said, go back to your offices. The second tower is clear. Second tower clear. This is very sad indeed. Hang on, I'm just changing the lighting so you can see better. You can see those people acting. You can see those people acting heroic and needing to go inside the building. That is on fire. And now there is people running. You can see firefighters sitting there. Lots of firefighters. Ignore any voices. Please ignore any voices. Please. If I don't sound good, I don't know why. But if I don't, or if I do, it really doesn't matter. I'm glad a lot of people survived, and he's gonna zoom in, and you can see the debris that's falling from the North Tower. My God, it's just, they first thought it was just a foul play, until they realized once the second tower got hit, there was no problems with the other one. So you can see the people, you can see that person leaving. You can see all the other people. You can see those people that are there, zoomed in. And there was one person that had to get out and see if he could climb and hang on to those metal bars, but sadly he couldn't. This is the part where he lost his life. Right here. He tries to climb onto that metal thing, and he somewhat fails. You see him right there he goes. He failed to climb onto them. I think it's a girl. It doesn't matter. They failed, and they hit the floor. And they died instantly. I'm not sure if it's a he. No, there's another person that's falling. I think that is the falling man that lost his life. You could see how many people. 1, 2, there's now 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 people fell out of the North Tower in your eyes right there. That is incredible. And rest in peace to those victims who were on the 9/11 attacks days. But you can see the South Tower safe. Well, not until soon. And they do say that the South Tower. Oh, you can see right here, and it's now 9:03 a.m. United Airlines Flight 175 crashes into the South Tower, killing everyone on board. Killing everyone on board on that plane, and everyone except for one person that was in the South Tower when it hit. Now, when the South Tower got hit, one person hit under his desk, and God gave him just a little bit of luck to survive this impact. He was directly, right next to the impact of the South Tower and survived. It looks like a 747, but it looks like it has 2 stories. Excuse me, I have hiccups, called hiccups. It's just a very bad sight to see this. Unless it's 25 minutes long, then a 25-minute video should do the trick. This is not a great sign to see. I am not kidding. Rest in peace to those victims. Rest in peace to the victims those families. I appreciate what you do. And if you are a person that comes up to this video and you've never noticed what happened, if you don't know what this is, this happened on 2001, September 11th. I can say right now, this is horrifying. You could see hundreds of thousands of papers, probably like 1,000 papers sitting there. I can't count that much, but if I did, I could. I think they were aiming for the exact spot, but they couldn't. And the nose of the plane went through the building. Hello. This is real life. This is literally real life. This is from footage from people that wanted to, not had to, but wanted to film it. Wanted. No, that's not another terrorist plane. It's just a jet protecting the towers. They didn't know it would collapse. And then the Pentagon gets it from United Airlines 77. United Airlines Flight 77. Some of it collapsed. It's fixed. So don't worry. The Pentagon is still here till this day, but the Twin Towers are not. The last days were that same day. And then another plane, United 93, crashes into Pennsylvania near Camp David. Up northeast to Camp David. And it's, like she said, it's near Johnstown. Rest in peace to those victims. No one survived the impact. There was not much fire because it's grass. Now you can see both towers on fire. And they will stay on fire for long. Not for long. The South Tower wouldn't stay on fire for too long. All that from 1940. The project began in 1940. I don't like this. I'm just talking about it makes me wanna turn it off. Sadly, I'm not going to turn it off. As you can see, then the South Tower collapsed at 9:58 a.m. Around 9:59, but I don't know how to run because I didn't think that was gonna happen. So rest in peace to. Luckily, that person that I told you that he survived the impact got out to tell his story. And the building just went away. The South Tower collapsed. And everyone that was inside, probably like 1,000 people you just witnessed, are now dead on the spot. Hundreds of people are dead. Dead. D-E-A-D. Dead on the spot. I am not kidding. This is a tragic story for people who were in 9/11. Kids can't be in that thing. But personnel did die. Immediately. That tower just goes down. You can see the smoke from the tower completely collapsed, like he said. There was another person named Kevin who was in the second tower and died instantly. He said, "Oh," and his last words were, "Oh God, ah," and those were his final words. You can't outrun the smoke. It's going way too quick, but if you were freaking Sonic the Hedgehog, you could. You just witnessed people die. Excuse me for a second. He did survive, which I believe, yes, he did. The North Tower now just stands there, and smoke covers the entire place. There was one person, when the smoke was going by, he hid behind the car to survive to survive, but, wow. I gotta see one. This is from terrorists. This is from terrorists, folks. Terrorists. Everyone, I hope you understand this is one of the worst places. Not the worst places. It was beautiful until it collapsed. Luckily, many people died. Actually, it's not lucky that people died. But luckily, people did outran. I saw an old man literally outrun and freak that smoke. This is 25 minutes long, so I hope you have the time. My goodness. It stops like a mile, maybe more than that. 5 miles. a person who saw it was on the building. And then there goes to the North Tower, collapsing because the bomb detonated. And it was a very big bomb. And now he has to run away because there's going to be more smoke going on top of him, which stands for you are going to breathe in chemicals of the tower. That's the person that survived. He got behind the car and probably got hit in the head. I rest in peace to him. His head, he didn't die, his head. I don't know who survived that, but the only one that did survive was a lot of people. When I was in the lobby when it happened, I would stay in the lobby, each in every building I'll be in, because you don't know if it'll collapse. This video is not over. But yeah, you just witnessed more hundreds of people and civilians are killed in like 10 seconds. 10 seconds of a collapse. The only thing that remained was just rubble and wreckage. You can't rebuild a tower, and I think that was the inside. There, yep, there goes. And that part collapses. And I think he's far enough to be safe. And apparently the small guy is slowly stopping. That's pretty close. I think you could just keep it on red. If you were on a tower, good, because then you would be happy. You could literally sleep during this, but no, because it's. You know what they saw? Pitch black. That's it. Pitch black. Nothing. Pitch black darkness. No one knew what the heck happened. They didn't know what happened, but none of the people are in rubble. A 69-year-old man literally ran. He says, and then ran like heck, thank God. I'm 69, but I could still run. That's what he said. And there are no more twin towers. It'll take weeks for that smoke, that black smoke, to be gone. All that black smoke, that you see, grayish nuclear cloud, black smoke, will be gone in weeks. I'm saying weeks. You won't be covered in rubble. I feel like I'm covered in rubble right now, just thinking about it. And there were like fighter fighters that got stuck under there. They survived. They got found. The next day, and there were still lots of smoke. I didn't think that building was on fire. I didn't know that. I don't like this, but I have to show you guys this. I am really sorry if you are very sad. If you're crying, I feel sorry for you. You have a mean shoe. Looks like a sneaker. Gone. Literally. No, I don't think you could see it too well, but if you can, good. I'm trying to record this for you, but I might send this and then do another again about this, but screen recording. Days become weeks with smoke all around New York, and you can't even live without it. It took 9 months to get all that rubble off the streets. 9 months, I believe, to get all that rubble off. And I keep digging in the rubble to make sure if people are in it. There weren't firefighters. under there that day. They survived. There was a cross after the building collapsed. Okay? There was a cross after the building collapsed. And that was it. No more Twin Towers. They have another one that was built in 2004 with a monument that was built as well. But nothing remains of those towers. They didn't make a Twin Tower with protection all around it so that if a plane hits, nothing bad will happen to it. But technology has improved. You could see all that rubble and the people that are trapped down in that thing. It's a night. Okay, it's that night. If I'm moving the camera too much, I apologize. Yes. We celebrate September 11th to honor what happened. Those are the remains of the tower, and they are going down. Yep. There it goes. That day, 9,000 people lost their lives, including the falling man and those 10 people that you saw jump out of those buildings. Now, we reach a year unlike any other year. Today's year is 2023, and this is what it looks like today. They built a monument, the size of the Twin Towers area. They made a fountain. And never stopping flowing water to remember, and there is gravestones for those who lost their lives on 9/11. And that is around 9,000 people who lost their lives in those Twin Towers. Which is a lot of people. I am going to tell you, this is just remarkably sad, but beautiful at the same time. I really appreciate what they did. I do. I really appreciate what they did. They did great. They did good. Except those terrorists who are now in hell with Satan, being tortured forever. And that terrorist attack was just a warning of something bigger. But that bigger never happened, because those terrorists are now probably in jail for life, or probably just having their time, planning on doing another thing. There was zero smoke anymore. My friend Asia lives in New York. Just not Lower Manhattan. But this music is calming. I'm sorry for doing that. I was looking at the TV myself. There's another one. There is the both one. They made 2 monuments of the Twin Towers. Twin Towers. I really rest in peace, those people. Now that is a memorial museum of artifacts of what happened. And I apologize for advance for making you cry. If I did make you cry, I'm sorry. I believe that is a piece of wreckage from it. They put it in the museum. From the exact same day as a fighter truck. You can see the name Ladder 3. Yeah, and that's also, I believe, a piece. I think that's a piece of the wreckage. I don't know, but it looks like copper. Building was made out of sheetrock. That's why it collapsed. Sheetrock. No day shall what? Erase from your memory of time. No day shall erase you from the memory of time. It should say, no one should ever tell you that you're not good enough. You're good enough. If there's something wrong and you see a building on fire, you immediately get in that building to help people out. Even if they say no, you still do it. Don't do anything. Don't say no. You get in that thing, punch that person down and say, you listen here. There are people in that building and they are dying. I'm going to go up there right now. That's what you should say. You need to get up to that part of the building and try your best, even if you get hurt. Yeah, and then at 9:03, 8:46 and 9:03 a.m., both planes hit both towers. 8:46 was the first one. 9:03 was the second one. 10:31, 10:37, 9:37. Yeah, 9:37 was when it hit the Pentagon, and 10:07 when the Pennsylvania happened. When the plane hit the Pennsylvania. And everyone's dead. Many people died. I have no clue who the heck that is, but everyone wants to miss you. We all miss you, bud. We miss everyone who died. Excuse me, let me adjust real quick. Technically, I thought it was 9,000, but I thought I was wrong. I apologize in advance. 2,977 people were killed on the 9/11 attacks. Nearly 500,000 first responders and saviors spent weeks breathing in air filled with toxins from 400 tons of crushed concrete, grass, and I don't know how to read that. There's another one. And those who worked at Ground Zero, more than 4,300 have died from an illness and cancers, nearly twice the amount of deaths on the day of the attacks. Help us preserve the memory of these who lost. We've lost. www.911memorial.org. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please subscribe. Have a nice day. And God bless.